round three.
Trace.
And that's Jerrel Jernigan, wide receiver out of Troy University. Not to be confused with Kal-El from the planet Krypton. Because I'm sorry, Jerrel. Like, I try not to be mean about names because like you didn't pick it, your parents gave it to you. But I'm sorry, Jerrel sounds like a guy from Krypton.
Isn't Jerrel what you call Clark's dad?
Is it? I thought it was Kal-El is his name, right? Yeah, Kal-El is Superman's. I don't know. Now I'm curious.
Jerrel.
Yeah, you're right. I wonder if his parents were Super Bowl fans. Super Bowl fans. I mean, Superman fans.
Hopefully, they're Super Bowl fans.
Super Bowl fans. And we're not going to talk about that in a minute. but yeah, like I didn't even catch that onto this now. Oh my god! And I was thinking the whole time as I'm writing this up, like the notes, and I'm like, this sounds like a Krypton name. But yeah, there we go.
I think it's even spelled like Jarel.
Yeah, well, so he spells his name differently at least.
Yeah.
So anyway, as a rookie, he got to appear in the Super Bowl. It was a key contributor actually in the game. Had 3 kickoffs overall. 2013 was definitely his best year. He had 29 catches for 329 yards and 2 touchdowns. Rushed the ball twice for 57 yards and a touchdown. For his career, though, 34 games, 4 starts, 38 catches, 391 yards, 2 touchdowns, 4 rushes, 61 yards. So we just said basically the man just had, almost 390 yards in one season. He had 390 yards of receiving for his career and 60 yards. I mean, you're talking basically had 450, and he had almost 400 of them in 1 year. That's not a good career, guys.
No,
that's not. So yeah, appreciate what he did to help us win a Super Bowl, but yeah, not an impressive career overall. That's the guy you go, oh yeah, that guy. And honestly, like when we do this, some of these names, you don't think about these names in years. And I'm like, oh my god, I forgot all about Jernigan. He was definitely one of those guys because you just don't think about that kind of stuff because he didn't have that great a career. Not to beat a dead horse, be mean about it, but
he had the flashes. But
when his rookie deal ended, no one picked him up in 2015. 2016, he decided to try his luck at the CFL. So he signed on with the Winnipeg Blue Bombers, but never played a game for them. And that was the end of his career overall. 2017, he was inducted into Troy University's Hall of Fame. 2022, he was named the head coach at his old high school, Eufaula High School in Eufaula, Alabama. And in 2013, just this past season, he was named the 5A Coach of the Year.
2023.
Well, yes, this past season, I said.
Oh, yeah. You said 2013.
Oh,
threw me off a second. I was like, yeah. We're going to go back in time.
Marty.
Great Scots.
But yeah, good to see. I mean, listen, not everybody gets to go in the NFL, becomes a star. Not everybody gets to go into the NFL, becomes a long-time player in the NFL. We talked about it before. The average lifespan of an NFL player, about 3 years.
3 years.
He had 4 years, so I guess it's better than the average. Had 1 year at least.
Bigger than the
average. Got to do kickoffs in a Super Bowl. I mean, listen, this is like a good story overall to have. He's got pictures of him in an actual NFL jersey and all that kind of fun stuff there. Like, this is nothing to be embarrassed or cry home about. But it's nothing to be overly excited about either. That's basically where his career ends up. But then he goes afterwards and becomes a guy who literally has a second career with a sport he loves. There's that's a nice thing. And listen, some of these high school coaches make a lot of money. I'm not saying a ton of money, like they're millionaires because they're high school coaches, but some of them are making 6 figures a year doing that kind of stuff. And again, he had a short career with a rookie deal. I actually looked it up. He made $2.6 million as a New York Giant. So you can figure he had a nice little nest egg to start his life off with when he was done with his 4 years. But he was no means, like we were talking before about, Prince Mukamura probably able to step aside and just live his life afterwards. Like Jernigan was not that guy. But he had a nice little nest egg to start with. And like I said, you get a career like that. If you're a good high school football coach, and obviously coach of the years don't go typically to bad high school coaches, and you're in an area that cares about high school football, like, I don't know, Alabama. Alabama definitely
I
cares about high school
freaking
football.
Bama.
I mean, that's just the way that life is in that kind of state. And he's probably making good money doing it. So he's probably making 6 figures, chilling, being a football coach, doing what he loves doing.
And he's also in Alabama. It's not like you need that much money to live in Alabama.
Yeah, and sometimes it becomes like your job for life, if that's what you want. Sometimes that happens. So, good for him. I'm glad to see he's still doing football. Makes me actually think a little fonder of him because that means he just loved playing football. You got to root for anybody who seems to love the game. Sometimes you see, like, you can tell they're going through the motions. You can tell.
Yeah.
And some guys you can tell just love the game. I love it when a player just loves the game. I think partially because we all wish that we could play that game for a living. So you kind of hate when you see a guy who didn't love it doing it. But when you see a guy who does love it, it's nice to see. It is nice to see.
Thanks for listening to Two Giant Goofballs, a New York Giants podcast. We appreciate your support.
Thanks so much.